Hi guys, how are you? I hope you guys are all doing well. So today I am back with a brand new video. I am going to be filming for you guys an updated Q&A slash doing my everyday makeup. I feel like I haven't done one of these sit down chit chat videos with you guys in like what seems like forever. Honestly, it's been a minute. I asked you guys on Instagram to send in some of you guys' questions, and you guys literally went in, like there was a lot of questions to get through. So I literally went to my phone and I screenshot all of you guys' questions. There's a lot to get through, so without me rambling any longer, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, get comfortable, and let's get in to this video. I have got myself a drink because I know my throat by the end of it is going to be literally gone. I went to Tim Hortons this morning for breakfast, like really early, and I was kind of like and I didn't really fancy like a coffee or tea or anything like that, so I was like, what do I get? And I really wanted this smoothie, and I said to them, oh, do you guys like sell smoothies? And he's like, yeah. And then he gave me this, which is like an icy, like sugary drink, like literally full of sugar. So I mean, this is going to give me energy to carry on in this video, so it's fine. Nevertheless, I'm going to be doing my makeup after so long. Oh my god, where do I even start? I have prepped my skin and I've done my eyebrows, so that's literally out of the way. And I just popped on my lip balm. This is a lip glow, the lip glow oil from Dior. This is in shade 012, and it's so beautiful and hydrating, and it smells beautiful. It just makes your lips feel so smooth, so nourished and moisturized. So let's get into the questions. Oh my god, where do I even start? Okay, how do you feel about turning 30? This is a really interesting one. So inshallah, in a couple of months I'll be turning 30. So for now, I'm gonna enjoy my last couple of months of being like in my 20s. By the way, if you see me like pulling, I'm wearing one of those really annoying jumpers that's so like itchy, and I don't know why I decided to wear this jumper, but as you can see, like I've got really sensitive skin, so my skin is starting to turn red. So, but anyways, yeah, on to the subject of turning 30. It is scary, you guys. I'm not gonna be young anymore. I'm gonna be in my 30s, you know, like 30 is quite a scary number. By the way, I'm just gonna go and apply my foundation, and this is a Charlotte Tilbury airbrush foundation. By the way, if all my makeup looks really mucky, it's all in this bag, my makeup bag, and it's just a tip. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like an absolute mess, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, in terms of turning 30, I mean, it's scary, but have you guys ever watched that movie 13 turning 30? I think it's 13 turning 30 or 13 going to 30. But I used to love that movie, like growing up. I watched it multiple times, and it's basically like, it's about like turning 30 and how like this person like starts living her life at 30, and she has like the best time ever. So that kind of inspired me a little bit and made me feel a little bit better after watching that movie, because I'm like, maybe I'll start living life like when I turn 30, who knows. So yeah, I am a little bit nervous, but end of the day, like my mom always says, 30 is just a number. So don't focus too much on the number. She always says this to all of us. She's always like, it's just a number, it's basically how you feel, which is so true, because you could be like 40, 50, but if you're like a really young soul and like you just a good person to be around and you have so much fun, then what's 40, what's 50? Like literally it's nothing. So a little bit nervous, but I'm excited too, I guess. Hope that 30 looks good on me, and yeah, inshallah, good times to come, inshallah bi'idhnillah. I don't know how people keep the scarves clean when they put a foundation on, because I feel like I've got foundation all over my hijab now, so please ignore that. But yeah, that is the foundation done. I absolutely love this foundation, you guys. It just looks very flawless, very like matte. but still like gives you that little bit of a glow. So obsessed. I get it in shade 4 neutral. I like my foundations 2 or 3 shades darker than my skin tone, because my face is really pale, so I like to go a little bit darker, and I feel like it just brings life back into my face. So right, moving on to the next question. Someone just wrote, I've recently had a miscarriage at 11 weeks, please give me some advice to heal. Oh my god, I am so sorry to hear that. Like, I can't imagine what you're going through. Like, that must be such a like terrifying time, because you pretty much went through the first trimester, and apparently the first trimester is literally the hardest trimester to get through, because sickness and just feeling tired and fatigue and stuff like that. So honestly, like, I am so sorry to hear that, and I wish you nothing but happiness, and I pray that Allah gives you all that happiness that you deserve. But if Allah takes something away from you, it just means that he's got something better planned for you, and maybe it's just not the time for you, and Allah knows best. So I pray that he brings happiness in your life and he brings joy. But just, I know sometimes when you're going through something and Allah takes it away, and you just feel like, why me? Like, from everyone, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Just remember that Allah will never put you in a situation where you can't handle it. Like, we're basically getting tested every single day. So as much as this is such a difficult time for you, and I can't imagine what you're going through, just remember that he's got something better planned for you. And if you always just keep that in your mind and you keep a strong faith, I feel like that's the one thing that's going to keep you going. I feel like that's basically what keeps me going in my heart. Whenever I feel down or upset or something dramatic has happened, I always like well, as humans, we all just doubt ourselves, and we're like, oh, why us? Like, why is this always happening to me? Like, you feel crappy in it. But if you really stop for a minute and think, like, he won't basically do this unless there's a reason behind it. Like something bad could have dramatically happened to you, and only he knows. So I would say pray, make lots of dua, and I'll keep you in my dua, inshallah. I get a lot of like marriage questions. I don't know why, but you guys like to ask me marriage questions, like some marriage guru or something. But so a person just asked, how do you maintain your marriage? Any tips? So where do I even start? God. So for me and Adil, I feel like we technically kind of grew up together. I got married really young, if you guys don't know. I'm just gonna contour my face. This is just the Fenty Beauty matchstick in Mocha. Yeah, I got married really young. I got married when I was 20. Well, I had my nikah when I was like 20, turning 21. So I was really young, as you guys can imagine. And like I just said, I'm turning like 30 soon, inshallah. So, you know, we had a good few years together, mashallah. And the thing that I feel like works for me and Adil is communication. We talk about everything together. We are each other's best friend, and I know that sounds like disgusting and you're probably like puking right now, and it's fine, I get that, but we genuinely are each other's best friends. Like, we will tell each other everything. Oh my god, look what I just did. We genuinely tell each other everything. Like, we'll like, if I haven't seen him all day, like when he comes back from work, we will just have a catch-up session, and we'll just sit and talk and just be like, how's your day? Like, what have you been up to? We will literally talk through everything, and I think that's basically what keeps us going, is communication. Communication is key. And also trust. Like, growing up, this was a hard one for me, especially first year of marriage. I found it very difficult to trust him. This is just me being honest with you guys. It's only because of past experiences and things that's happened in my life. It's just made me like, it made it really hard for me to trust anyone. Got fluff on my lip. Yeah, it just made it very hard for me to trust anyone. So when we got together, we had a lot of arguments because of trust, and but of course we worked it through, alhamdulillah. I feel like if you're having any issues in your marriage, just talk to each other. I feel like communication is so key in a relationship, and I feel like people just don't talk to each other nowadays. Like, people are so glued on their phones. Also, we have a rule, which is basically, when it comes to the evening and when we're in bed or watching TV in bed or whatever, we put our phones away just to spend that quality time together. where we can just sit and talk and just have that time together. Because I don't know about you guys, but we used to be one of those couples that just sit in bed, he's on his phone, I'm on my phone, and we just wouldn't talk to each other for like hours. Because you know, when you're on your phone, like, you're distracted, there's so much going on. So I feel like that's one thing that's probably worked for us too, is we have that quality time together where we're just like, okay, switch off time, phone away, and just spend it with each other. Even if you have kids, like once your kids have gone to bed, as much as you're probably tired and you just want to sleep, spend that time. Sorry, I just feel like I keep feeling like there's something on my lip. Just spend that time together, like have that one-to-one interaction. I feel like it's so important in a marriage. Like, people get so busy with their lives and their kids and their jobs and stuff like that, they kind of neglect their marriage, and I feel like that's so sad. I know someone could turn around and be like, well, you don't know, you don't have kids, and I get that, fair enough. But even when I do have kids, inshallah, like in the future, me and him, we always talked about this, we will always make time for us, because we're like a team. Like, if you have a kid, you and your partner have to be a team, you have to work together. And if you don't work together, then how are you going to give that, how are you going to show that example to your child? So I don't know, that's one thing that keeps us going. Communication, trust, and do things together. Like, do things together. People don't do things together anymore. It kind of blows my mind. I feel like everyone kind of does their own thing, or they'll go out with their friends and family and they don't do things as a couple. And I'm like, your husband should be your best friend, so you should be doing things together. So like, one thing that me and Adel love doing, we're very outdoorsy kind of people, so we like going on hikes, we like play badminton together, we love like going to the gym, we like doing things together. So I feel like that's probably something we look forward to. I know, like, if you've been married for so long, it just feels like a deja vu, because sometimes it does, and don't get me wrong, we all have days like that. But how can you switch up? Like, go on a date night once a week, or do something that both of you kind of love doing. And I feel like that's one thing that works for us, alhamdulillah. And if you do that, I feel like it should work for you too. Another question, did you get cold feet before your wedding? I'm getting it and I don't know how to deal with it. So if you're getting cold feet, it's just a shaitan coming in between both couples, because you're going to be doing something great. You're going to be completing half your deen, which is incredible. That's literally the reason why me and Adel wanted to get married really early on. By the way, a little TMI if you guys didn't know this, like, me and Adel were only speaking for 6 months before we got married. So I know that's crazy, and a lot of you guys think we're bonkers, and maybe we are a little bit bonkers, but for us it was like doing the right thing, doing the halal thing. And just, if you know that that person's the right one, he's got religion, he's a good person, he's someone who's going to be able to take care of you and your kids in the future, and you have like food on your table, you got a roof over your head, like, what more is there? Like, obviously you have to be attracted to the person, you have to have like things in common, but that can all happen after marriage. Like, you can, how do I say this without kind of sounding like bad, but we can mend each other, we can change each other, and change is not bad. Like, everyone needs to change a little bit. And if someone says, I'm not changing for a man, well, it's good, it's not a bad thing to change. Like it's like compromise. Like, you have to compromise in marriage, and change is also important. So like, if there's things that he does that annoys you, you can just talk about it, be like, well, I don't really like that, or I don't like that tone of voice, etc, etc, and you just talk through things. So if you're getting cold feet, I would say pray istikhara, and if it comes out positive, inshallah, then obviously it's a good thing. But don't let the shaitan get in between you guys, because as you guys are getting so close to your wedding and doing something good, he wants to obviously break up a couple. So just bear that in mind. What and how much stuff to take with you when you get married? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, are you moving in with your in-laws, or are you guys moving in together? Because if you're moving in together, you need everything. I never really lived in with my in-laws. We always just lived alone, me and Adel. So I don't know how it is to actually live in with your in-laws. I suppose if you did live in with your in-laws, you probably don't need like everything, but you need most things because you're going to be living there. So I reckon you need most of your stuff. Obviously maybe keep some stuff at your family's house, but more than anything, you need like most of your stuff. By the way, for concealer, I'm using the Shape Tape concealer in shade Light Neutral. Okay, there's a lot of you guys have asked, Where did you go? What happened? You didn't tell us exactly why you disappeared off social media for so long. Please discuss it. Like, so many of you guys wanted me to talk about what happened. Recently, I took some time off social media because something dramatic happened in my life, and it was a very scary time. And I took time off social media, and you guys were like, what the hell? Like, what happened to you? And I said I'll talk about it when I feel a bit more comfortable. And I feel like now, alhamdulillah, I feel a bit more comfortable, so I will be opening up and telling you guys basically what happened. But long story short, a couple of months ago I went to Dubai, and the scary thing is, as soon as we landed in Dubai, my brother-in-law was ringing us, and he was basically supposed to come and check up on the cats twice a day, to feed them and just to check up on them, play with them, etc, etc. Anyway, so as soon as we just landed in the airport in Dubai, he was ringing us on WhatsApp. So we were like, what the hell? Like, that's interesting. Why is he ringing us? So we didn't pick up the call because we were like trying to get our car hire thing and stuff like that. So we got the car hire thing imaging from the airport, but then he kept on ringing us, and I was like, okay, answer the phone, because like something's happened and it's quite concerning. So like, why is he ringing us that much? So we thought maybe he couldn't get through the door, or the door's jammed up, or something's happened. Basically, we answered, and long story short, he told us that someone broke into our house, which is the most scariest thing you could ever imagine. Someone breaking into your house. And not only that, I felt like it was planned, because this person knew we were going to go on holiday, and this person knew when we were going to arrive in Dubai. And the person broke in the time that we were on the plane, so we couldn't check our cameras, we couldn't check our phones, etc. So I don't want to go too much into it, because it's going to make me very emotional and very sad, because it was a very dark time in our lives. It really shook us to the core. There was a lot going on in our life. Like, I was doubting my whole like existence on social media. I was considering deleting everything, and it was just a lot. My first concern was my cats. Are they okay? Have they run away? My cats are house cats. Are they harmed? Have they run away? Like there was so many questions. But yeah, how do I say this without getting emotional? So yeah, he went in, my brother-in-law, and he checked up on the house. So yeah, my brother-in-law went in, he checked up on the house, and literally whoever broke into my house stole everything from my house. I mean, everything in my house. There was literally nothing left. They ransacked this whole place. Like, before I go on holiday, I always like organize the house and make sure the house is tip-top, like clean. This person or these people, whoever they are, came in, destroyed every single room in my house, took everything out, stole everything, my bags, my makeup. We had money in the house, they stole the money. They stole like my wedding, like my jewelry. They stole just anything you could ever imagine. They stole even like my designer perfumes. I'm sorry, like, who steals perfume? Like used perfume? Like, that just blows my mind. But yeah, they stole everything, and they like smashed all glass everywhere in the house, and I was just crying and crying and crying. I didn't know like what to do, and yeah, it was just such a difficult time. And then I just asked him, I was like, is my cats there? Are they okay? What's going on? Like, please, like, tell us like what's going on. He tried to look for the cats and he couldn't find them, and that's literally what broke me. Like, I was gone. I was literally like in bits when he said he couldn't find the cats. He looked everywhere and he just couldn't find it. Then of course he called the police, and the police came over and they did like a really thorough check. So they had the torch and stuff, and they went to like every little corner. And luckily, alhamdulillah, my cats were hiding in the cupboard, because these people took everything out my cupboard, and I never leave my cupboards open because it's got all my bits in there. They took everything out my cupboard, and my cats were hiding in the cupboard, like shaking, which, oh God, it breaks my heart. It really breaks, like, it really hurts me, because my cats are my babies, and like to see them like that, like literally terrified. Like Nico, he's still a kid, he's like a kitten, so he was terrified, like he was shaking like uncontrollably. But yeah, that's basically the core of what happened. I was just so worried because I didn't know who this person was. And not only that, we had cameras indoor, like we had indoor cameras to check up on the cats. These people, like I said, because it definitely seemed like it was planned, they went in, they took all my cameras, they broke all the cameras, took all the footage, deleted all the footage, and so we couldn't even access this. Like, how crazy is that? They couldn't access like our footage because they deleted everything, because we were on the plane obviously, so we couldn't, like, obviously we had no Wi-Fi, couldn't go check up on our phones and nothing. So these people went, took those cameras, erased all the footage, deleted everything, took our cameras, broke it. So yeah, we had nothing. Luckily we do have a Ring doorbell outside the house, but these people cleverly didn't go to the front of the house, they went to the back of the house and broke in from there, so we couldn't catch them that way. But yeah, it was very, very, very sad. It was a very, like, I don't know, it's such a personal thing. Like, someone went in your personal things, someone is in your house, someone that you had no control over. Like, that feeling is honestly horrible, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't wish it on anyone, like for anyone to go through that, because it was just horrible. And yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the police didn't do anything about it, as you can imagine. They didn't find who the people are, so those people are out there living their lives. Moved on, took all my shit, took all our shit from the house, and just moved on with their life, and just probably moving on into other people's houses doing the exact same thing, and they still haven't been caught. And that's what pisses me off to the core. It's like, how these people are, how are they allowed to go and do such a horrible thing and just be able to just go out and just live their life and not get caught or not get in trouble at all. That's what really annoys me. But this is basically how it is, unfortunately, here. The police came literally 4 hours after my brother-in-law rang them, so it just comes to show they're just not on it. They just feel like, oh, if it's a robbery, then nah, there's nothing we can do about it. But if it's like a murder, God forbid, or something, then they'll take it a little bit more serious. But because it's just because it's a robbery and no one got hurt, it's like, oh, we'll just take our time and just. So yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, like I said, but that's basically what happened. And of course that shook us to the core, because we didn't know what to do. We didn't know who those people are, and it just made me like made my trust levels go down completely. I didn't know who else trusted, like if I could trust anyone. I didn't know who I was speaking to anymore. It was just like a really dark time for us. But alhamdulillah, like, a lot has happened since then. Like, I think it's kind of like, I guess if you're watching this, take this advice on board and be like, even if you think your house is safe and your surroundings are safe, you're never safe, basically. So make sure you have cameras everywhere, front of your house, back of your house, alarm system, cameras in your house as well. Like, make sure you have all of that 10/10, no matter how safe you think your area is, because I live in a really safe area, mashallah. Like, it's a neighborhood watch sort of thing. It's very safe, but you just never know. So take that advice on board, and inshallah it'll be fine. Okay, I actually wanted to go and get a drugstore powder, but it's in the other room and I don't want to open the door because my cats are just literally waiting outside for me, and as soon as I open the door, they're just going to run in. So I'm just going to use a powder that I have in my makeup storage, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder Under Eye and Face. I didn't want to use everything high-end, but it's basically what I have here, so I'm just going to use it. So I apologize, but this powder is absolutely stunning. It just brightens underneath your eyes, and it's just such a good powder. Okay, so powder is done. Now I'm going to move on to, what should I do next? I guess we'll do a bit of eyeshadow. Now I don't put on eyeshadow every single day. I'll just put it on for like occasions, or if I'm going anywhere, that's when I'll do it. But I'm not an eyeshadow kind of girl really. I'm going to be using a Sigma palette. This is the Smoke Screen, and I've had this palette for like ages, so I'm just going to use like a nice golden brown like so, and just pop that all over my eyelids. Okay, I guess let me answer another question. Got any more trips planned? If so, where? So we literally had 2 trips this year, alhamdulillah. Like we had Dubai, and then we had Turkey like a month later. So in terms of trips, I don't think we're going to go anywhere, even though my family is planning a big Tunis family trip, because we have like a holiday house out there. Like my family want us just to kind of all go together and just have a nice big family holiday. But I'm kind of, I know this sounds weird, but I'm kind of over it. Like I'm really not interested in like going in any more holidays. I feel like holidays have kind of drained me, especially with 2 holidays being like technically back to back. It's kind of tiring. Holidays and traveling is just tiring. So I don't know if I'm gonna go on that holiday. It's not really planned. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna go on that holiday, to be fair. How pretty is this eyeshadow? So nice. Anyways, let's get to the next one. Someone asked, are you and Abdul okay? Firstly, who is Abdul? Am I supposed to know a guy called Abdul? Because I don't know anyone called Abdul. My husband's called Adil, A-A-D-I-L, not Abdul. So I don't know who Abdul is. How many kids would you like? So me and Adil have always talked about this. We just want 1 kid, inshallah. If Allah blesses us, we just want the 1 kid. We don't want more than 1 kid. I know this might sound strange to you guys, but this is something that we've always talked about from the get-go. We don't want a big family. I come from a really big family. I'm one of 8, he's one of 4, and yeah, we just don't want a big family. We've always wanted just like that small tight unit family, and you can do more with a child. You can give them all the love that you ever could, and you can go on like lovely holidays and just give that child the best life. So inshallah, if Allah wills, just 1 child. Okay, next question is, are you going to talk about Adil's hair transplant, and if so, when are you? Okay, so my battery just died, so I just put some blusher on. I put the Morphe blush in nude. See what that looks like. So it's just a really pinky, like reddish blush, and it's really pretty. And then for highlighter, I just went and applied the Hollywood Superstar Glow highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury, and that looks like so. And it's just such a like beautiful like nudie, so I can see like a really nice glow. Like, anyways, now that we're back, sorry about that, guys. The next one is, how did you lose so much weight? Please give me some advice. Girl, I need some advice because I've lost my motivation. I haven't been to the gym in like God knows how long. I need the motivation, okay? And now I eat what I want when I want. It's really bad, and for some odd reason, like, I like desserts now, and I never used to be a desserts kind of girl. I just wasn't into like anything sugary or sweet. For me to actually kind of get into desserts, I don't know where that's come from. Probably turning 30, that's probably what it is. I don't know. So yeah, if you need help and motivation, I'm not the right one for you right now. I'm sorry. I need motivation and help right now. So many questions. Why were you away? Please open up on what happened. Please tell us what happened. So I hope I answered you guys' questions, and I hope you have a better insight of basically why I went, and I hope you respect the fact that I disappeared for a good reason. What's your best childhood memory? Kiss kiss. This is such a cute one. Now, if I can't really, I know it sounds boring, but I really can't pinpoint one best memory. Like, mashallah, my mom made it really special for us when we were younger. She did everything she could to like make sure we had like a good childhood. And like, I remember every Thursday she used to take us to this park, and in this park it had like rides and it had like a fun fair like every single day. And we used to go every Thursday after school, come home, get changed, and then my mum would make like this massive picnic for us, and we'd go to that park every Thursday after school, and we'd stay there till like really late, and we'd have the best time ever. And I remember that is definitely one memory that I'll always remember, because every Thursday that's something we used to look forward to go to that park and just be out all night, just having such a blast, going on the rides, having like this amazing food that my mum cooked for us, and it was just the best. And like sometimes I used to get my friends to come with me to the park, and it was just like such a lovely memory. And my mum made it very special for us. She always like, she went above and beyond with us lot, mashallah. She even took us to like, every weekend we used to go like paint, like we had like specific classes that we used to do, like painting. I used to go ballet, we used to go karate. We like did so much, and that's like one memory that sticks with me. Like my mom always did everything she could for us, mashallah. Okay, I'm gonna go and apply my lipstick now that I've done my makeup. I'm gonna be putting on the Kylie lip, I've got the Kylie lip kit basically. This is in shade Exposed. Such a beautiful combination, oh my lord. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of that just to outline my lips. And yes, I like to overline my lips, if anyone is wondering. Okay, so I wasn't lying when I said I overline my lips, I really do. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question, and that's about it, because I feel like this video is super long. So last but not least, it's not really a question, but I guess it is. Why don't you make any more content? Miss your videos and vlogs. Kiss kiss. So that's a really cute one, thank you so much. I miss interacting with you guys. I miss doing videos just like the old time, but it's just time, guys. Time goes by so quick. And that's literally no excuse. Like the day goes by so quick, and it's hard to basically know what to do every single day. So I am trying to get back into filming more for you guys. Obviously I took some time off social media because of what happened, so I didn't feel like filming or picking up the camera or anything like that, because it was such a traumatic time for me. So it took me a long time to get back into the swing of things. So now that I am, alhamdulillah, fully back into it, it's exciting, it's fun, it's making it a bit more exciting for me, because before it was just like a job and I had to do it, but now it's something I really enjoy doing it now, and I get excited for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed sitting here getting ready with me. And if I didn't answer your question, I'm really sorry. Please leave it down below. I can do another part 2 if you guys enjoy videos like this, because I really enjoy doing them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. By the way, everything that I've put on my face, I will leave it listed down below for you guys if you guys are interested in purchasing anything. And I shall see you guys really soon.